Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day and we'd like to give you great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. This week is packed with great stuff, and I mean packed, and I mean with great stuff. So buckle in, we got a lot to talk about. This guy is Batman Damned #2. The first issue was one of the biggest books to explode on the comic scene in a long time. This is the much anticipated second issue. This series is about much more than naked Bruce Wayne. This book is really awesome. Great story, great art. #1 is of course totally sold out. Pretty sure it's not going to reprint. I hope you're in line at your favorite shop right now for this one because they're going to go fast. So get down there today, pick this up. There's lots and lots of awesome Batman today. That's one of them. This is another one. This is the Batman Who Laughs. Spinning out of all the Dark Knight metal stuff, what's been going on in Justice League the last few issues. Just can't say enough about this title. Can't say enough about DC Comics in general. Everything they're doing right now is just on fire. This is another one that you should probably have on your subscriber list, or you should probably already be in line at your store for, because again, we're all going to have a bunch of them, but they're going to go fast. So get down to your shop today, pick up Batman Who Laughs, because that's awesome. Batman Annual #3, the annual for the main title. Some of you are a little reticent towards annuals. I highly recommend them all the time because they're self-contained, they're supersized, great stories, great art. If you read Batman Annual #2, it was one of the best Batman comics you've read in a long time, and that's really saying something because, well, I'm already on my third Bat book of the week, and these three are all awesome. So if you're one of those people that holds out on annuals, get over it and pick up #3. Grab a reprint of the last annual #2 because it's awesome. Detective Comics, $9.94. We're getting super close to issue 1000 of Detective Comics. And that's super awesome. Always lots of great Batman stuff to talk about. Detective has been really solid. Again, I know there's lots of Bat books. I know you already have a lot of things on your list. I know Batman is the biggest book in comics. But Detective is also really awesome. So if you've been holding out on this one, here's your jump-in point. Get ready for the big number 1000. Always a great time to be a Batman fan. And it's always a great time to be a fan of this guy too. Everybody knows I'm a big Superman fan. Everybody's following all the Brian Michael Bendis stuff these days. It's been really awesome. Action, Superman, great stuff. Again, if you're one of the few holdouts, pick up Action Comics 1000, pick up Man of Steel 1-6, catch up with all the other stuff as fast as you can. Some of the best stuff going on in comics these days. Supergirl, not written by Brian Michael Bendis, but runs along with everything he's doing. This is issue 25. It's your big supersized issue. Everybody loves some Supergirl. And Wonder Woman rounds out the Trinity for the week. Also a really great book. New creative team on this one. So jump in at number 58, catch up to this week's number 60. Again, one of the best books in comics. I could say that about pretty much every DC book in my hand right now, like Justice League Dark, which is Wonder Woman's Justice League team. Big batch of awesomeness right there. Titans is your other team book for the week, with some Kyle Rayner there on the cover. And Suicide Squad, I guess, is your last team book for the week. Everybody loves some Harley and some Suicide Squad. The Flash, DC's big TV star. Everybody's talking about what's going on the CW stuff these days with the big crossover events. This is one of the most popular comics and popular titles in comics. So again, if you're not reading Flash, you're going to want to jump in on that and see what all the buzz is about. Hawkman is another book that has a lot of buzz behind it. Digging some Hawkman. Still got a couple copies of the first issue. If you want to see, again, what all the buzz is about. Sideways is your New Age of Heroes books. Could go on and on about this New Age of Heroes stuff too. Like Terrifics, like Sideways, like Silencer. All kinds of new titles coming out from DC along with all the classic stuff. Speaking of new, how about some new talent showcase? This is a long-standing tradition with DC Comics. New Talent Showcase goes way back. As my friend Marcus used to call it, No Talent Showcase back in the way back days. But things have changed, and like I say, pretty much everything DC does is packed with awesomeness. So pick up this supersized, a little bit pricey New Talent Showcase. Turn yourself on to some of the new hot talent coming to comics. Sasquatch Detective is something, frankly, coming a little bit out of left field, but is just an example of the wide range of stuff DC has coming, like Scooby Apocalypse, your Hanna-Barbera book of the week, or Goddess Mode, your first issue Vertigo book of the week, or House of Whispers, your Sandman Vertigo book of the week. Like I say, lots and lots of huge range of stuff coming from the DC guys, and it's all a big batch of awesome. Same with Marvel too. Got this big old stack of Marvel books. Let's talk about one of my favorite comics of all time, the Fantastic Four. Great to see this book back in action. This is your wedding special, getting you ready for the big number 5, getting ready for some clobbering time nuptials. Fantastic Four weddings tend to not go very smoothly, so you're going to want to be looking out for that issue number 5. Amazing Spider-Man, also continuing a new relaunch of Marvel's staple title. This book has been a lot of fun, a little lighter than Amazing has been traditionally speaking. So if you've been holding out on Spider-Man, now's your time to jump back in. This is your jump-in point on the 3rd arc. Lots of Spidey to talk about today, like Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. Another fun, kind of lighter book. This one is your Spider-Geddon tie-in for the week. Or Miles Morales, back in his own title, just in time for his movie to come out this week. I know you already have your tickets. I've told everybody, we saw the first half of it at New York Comic Con, and it was awesome. So pick up Miles Morales number 1, and then go see the movie this weekend, because it's super cool. Spider-Force and Spider-Girls are your other Spider-Geddon books for the week. Been saying there's a lot of the Spider-Geddon stuff going on, but it's been a whole lot of fun. So I know most of you are already following along, but if you're not, jump in on that if you're a Spider fan. Huge week for the X-Folks too. This is Uncanny, another current relaunch of one of Marvel's mainstay titles, one of the legendary books in all of comics. That one, X-Men Red, Mr. and Mrs. X, X-23, formerly known as All New Wolverine, and Weapon X, with your especially cool Sabretooth cover, rounds out all your X books. Mentioned Fantastic Four, let me mention another one of my all-time favorite books. This is Avengers number 11. Again, your next jump-in point if for some reason you're not following this book. Really encourage you to grab that double-sized number 10 that came a couple of weeks ago. Encourage you to pick up anything Avengers, because it's always super awesome. Love me some She-Hulk. As Guardians of the Galaxy isn't necessarily an Avengers book, but it's sort of your Avengers in Space book. Love me some Destroyer. We all know who's in the Destroyer suit these days, and that's awesome. Black Order is your other outer space Thanos-esque tie-in book for the week. Black Panther, Marvel's big movie star. This book has been red hot, so if you're one of the 3 people who's not following Black Panther, you're really missing out. There he is with the Macran crystal. If you know what the Macran crystal is, you want to see what the Black Panther is going to do with it. Good stuff. Doctor Strange and the one and only Silver Surfer are your 2 Defenders one-shots for the week. Last week we had Immortal Hulk and Namor. This week we've got Doctor Strange and Silver Surfer. You love Silver Surfer. I love Silver Surfer. Everybody loves Silver Surfer. I'm a huge fan of classic Defenders, so I'm really glad to see them busting these guys back out and putting them in a team again. Speaking of team, Champions, another red-hot Marvel book. That one and Unbeatable Squirrel Girl are your millennial heroes for the week. Typhoid Fever, Iron Fist. Typhoid Fever has been doing one-shots of some of your Netflix heroes. We don't see Iron Fist popping up too much, so that's a whole lot of fun. And then there's a whole mess of Star Wars to talk about. Star Wars Age of Republic is a new line. There's going to be about 25, 27 one-shots that they're doing. Last week was Qui-Gon Jinn. That was the first of them. This is Darth Maul. You love some Darth Maul. There's going to be Count Dooku. There's going to be everybody coming out. Really been pushing all this Marvel Star Wars stuff. They're doing a great job of it. So if you're any kind of Star Wars fan, or if you're a huge Star Wars fan like I am, you want to read this one. You want to read Dr. Aphra, because Dr. Aphra is awesome. She turns up only in the comics, and now she's a big part of the Star Wars mythos. And Han Solo, Imperial Cadet. That's your second issue set in the Solo movie universe. I really dug the movie. I'm really liking this one. I'm liking the comic adaptation of the movie. Like I say, Marvel's just doing a bang-up job with all their Star Wars stuff and with lots of other stuff too. And a great week for all the other guys too. How about some Hellboy Winter Special? Going to be talking up a few Christmas and holiday specials in this little stack because, well, it is December. Always talking up some Mike Mignola, always talking up some Hellboy. If you haven't been listening to me for the last 16 years, what are you waiting for? Read some Hellboy. It's awesome. Black Hammer, Cthulhuese is not a Bob's Burgers tie-in. It's just a Black Hammer book along with Quantum Age, another book set in the Black Hammer verse. If you don't know much about Jeff Lemire or the Black Hammer verse, you're about to, because it's going to take television and movies by storm. One of the really cool, unique new books that Dark Horse has. Alien 3 is your last Dark Horse book of the week. Love me some Dark Horse comics. Oh, sorry. Mystery Science Theater 3000 is your last Dark Horse book of the week. Big week for the Dark Horse guys. Always like to emphasize the wide range of cool stuff that they do. Everybody loves Mystery Science Theater 3000. Great week for the Image guys too. How about some Magic Order from Mark Millar? You buy everything that Mark Millar does, and Magic Order's been really cool. You also want to grab last week's Prodigy. They all say Netflix on the back. I wonder what that means. Maybe they're all going to be turned into cool Netflix shows, so you should grab these books while you can. Birthright has been running at Image for a long time, but it might be flying under your radar a little bit, like a lot of books that Image does. It's a really cool, unique premise. It's a genre fusion, genre busting. Grab the $1 reprint of the first issue and see if this book doesn't totally suck you in. And Hey Kids Comics is my Image book of the week because it's written by Howard Chaykin, one of the all-time greats of comics, one of the truly deeply disturbed people in this world and in comics. I love you, Howard. Vampironica is your Archie book for the week because I've been talking up Archie like there's no tomorrow. Archie, the main book, or their whole line of horror stuff like Vampironica, Jughead the Hunger. Maybe you're watching Chilling Adventures of Sabrina these days on Netflix. Can't say enough about Archie and the huge range of awesomeness that they do every single week. It's not your grandma's Archie. Planet of the Apes, The Simian Age is my Boom Studios book because you know I love anything Planet of the Apes. They've been doing these big one-shots of just a bunch of short stories from across the whole gamut of continuity, from the old movies, the new movies, the TV show, the cartoon. Did you know there was a cartoon? Super awesome. Love me some Planet of the Apes. Red Sonja is another holiday special. I told you we'd be talking about a few of them today. That one and Red Sonja Tarzan are my Dynamite books for the week. I love all kinds of things that Dynamite's doing these days. Magic the Gathering, my IDW book for the week. You didn't know Magic the Gathering had comics? Sure they do. It's a game, it's a comics, it's all kinds of things. Good to see Magic. It's been a little while. Shadow Man is my Valiant book of the week. Always encouraging you guys to have a Valiant title on your list, like this one, like Ninja K, like Exo Manowar. Love me some Shadow Man. Love me all the new Valiant stuff. Love me the old Valiant stuff. Good time to be a fan of those guys. And Robotech, my Titan book of the week, rounding out my giant stack of awesomeness. Because you love some Robotech. You guys might not know too much about Titan Comics, but they do all kinds of cool things. A wide range of stuff, crime books, sci-fi stuff. Just go to their website, check out stuff that they do besides cool old Robotech. And what a great week for the all ages too. How about some Adventure Time, Season 11? The show is gone, but it lives on in comics like a lot of things do. How about Archie Christmas Special? Because I was just talking of Archie a minute ago. I'm telling you how awesome they are, talking about these Christmas specials. Comics loves holiday specials. Comics loves Christmas issues. When I was a kid, they all tended to come out in like January and February because that's the way comics was back in the day. But these days, they come out before Christmas, which is super awesome. So if you don't want to take my word for it about the Archie horror stuff or the more PG-13 kind of stuff, here's more of the all-ages Archie that you know and love. Speaking of knowing and loving, Walt Disney Comics and Stories. Your favorite gang of miscreants going on right there, along with Mickey and Donald Christmas Parade. Told you there was lots of holiday specials to talk about. I love the great job IDW's been doing with all the Disney stuff. Always great to see Mickey in comics. Always fun to see these Christmas parades. Much like DC's new talent showcase, these Christmas parades go way, way, way back. So if you're a fan of vintage comics like I am, get up on eBay and find a couple of the old schoolers like that. Great week of stuff. So make sure you check those shipping lists. Get down to your shop, pick up something super awesome. Want to say that Santa Claus is coming to town this Saturday. Yes, we've got jolly old Saint Nick showing up to get his picture taken with the kids. He's broken out at the busiest time of year just to hang out with you guys, get some pictures with your kids. So come on down this Saturday between 12 and 4. Hang out with Santa a little bit. Make sure your kids tell him what they want for Christmas, all that fun stuff. We're really stoked to have Santa Claus making a special visit right here in Rockin' Milpitas. So don't miss out this Saturday, 12 to 4. That's all we got for you for this week. You can check us out at black-cat-comics.com, where you can check out our cool Shopify store and find some things you might not necessarily see here in the shop. Check out our cool YouTube channel. Check out the Facebook page. Check out the podcast at soundcloud.com, or just get on down here to the good old Rockin' Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.